Right. Hopefully you can hear my mic this time after I had it muted the entire time. That's nice. One day I'll actually be able to do this properly. Okay, right, let's go. So, I've watched this replay like 3 times now, so I should have it pretty much down. What's going on and what tips I should be able to give you and things to work on. So, good start. I let you sit on high ground here. Pretty good positioning. So, I like this turret spot. But if you're going to set up your turret here, I want you to not play here. So, if you notice, so let's pretend I'm the enemy team and I am walking through here, right? I look and I see a turret and a Torb and an Ana sitting up here. I'm just going to end up shooting it up here, and I'm either going to kill you, your turret, or your Ana at the same time. However, if I walk through choke and there's a Torb spamming up me here, and a turret spamming here, then I'm going to have to choose which one I want to kill. Most people, like, I don't know what rank this is, but probably up until Diamond, will go for the Torb first and just leave the turret. Which means your turret gets a lot of value and protects you in some way, because like the turret will be shooting at and you'll be shooting it, so you should be able to kill them quite quickly, quicker than they should be able to kill you. Also, another thing with your turret is you can have a couple of space this map is pretty good for the first point Torb. So up here, in this bush here, down the bottom here. Up here is pretty good, because imagine you put it up here, it doesn't have to be shooting continuously like as they're walking up to choke, but as they start to engage and start to push through choke, this spot would be pretty good, to be honest, because you'll be shooting them from behind and they'll have to turn away from your team to shoot at the turret and shield the turret or whatever. Another spot is up on this high ground, so this tree that I'm looking at, like directly in front of me, you can actually put your turret in here, which is pretty cool, because most people don't expect it and they're like, what the hell am I being shot from? And when they push through the choke, you can shoot them, you can get them if they're on point, you can get them if they're down here and they're trying to flank. You can also put your turret on this plant spot, or this one's a pretty good spot. You can shoot them in their choke there, down the bottom, cross point, up on high ground, and when they rotate around up here, if they decide to ever do that. Yeah, basically it. One thing, just if you're going to place your turret, don't play on your turret. Play somewhere relatively close so if you can get your turret, or just play with your team and put your turret in off angle. That's probably the best option. Play with your team, put your turret in off angle, and your turret gets value by making them turn for your turret and not you. Or if they don't turn for your turret just gets continual spam into the enemy team. So yeah, they're just shooting at you because they see your turret and you, and they can just shoot in one place. It's kind of unlucky that you missed a mercy here, but it's whatever. It's 1 for 1. The Moira skill orb kills the mercy. Pretty good. We take those. So, in this situation, they're all hiding from your turret. Imagine if you were playing here. So if you're playing here, look, you can see everyone, you can just spam at them. And then if they try and hide from you, they get in the range of your turret. Pretty. This Jiva just feeds. A bit late overclock or whatever it's called. But it's still pretty good. Remember, when you overclock, you get more attack speed and more armor. So I would use it as someone dives at you, not as they get to you, because once they get to you, they could just burst you down. Especially if you use it, you get armor on top of your already 50 armor you have. I think it's 50, it might be 20. But not 20. 25. Nice. Pretty good, just spamming is pretty much what you should be doing. Nice, again, the stickies. So if someone stickies your turret, just try and run away so they don't get ult charge. Yeah, your turret might die, but ult charge for them over your turret dying is I don't know what's going on here. Probably type in the chat or something, but try not to. Try and just, especially in the mid fight, just try and keep spamming down this main bit. So Nano Diva. I mean, she took a really for a Nano Diva, she took a long path to the high ground. Not gonna lie. So I just dip, especially as 175 health. You're about to overload, so you're gonna get armor, but you almost have ult. This Diva can eat your ult, kill you very quickly, kill Anna very quickly, kill your turret very quickly. She can just kill you very quickly, and she's full health. So she has 50% damage reduction plus the armor damage reduction. You're not going to kill her very easily, so you want to just dip from here. So you want to be just coming here. So someone nanos a tank, run away. Don't try and fight unless the tank is really low, or you're also nanoed. If you're nanoed, whatever, just go for it. Okay, so I mean, she didn't eat the core, which is kind of lucky. And she should have killed more people there, but it is what it is. Having a bad day, I guess. Okay, let's go back to the core. So you probably won this fight if you use nano. Depends if the echo copy kills you. So the Diva's flying up to you on high ground. You have molten core. When you use molten core, you have like 4 seconds, I think it is, to throw out all your cores. So you have 10 pools of molten core, I guess, that you can throw around in like various places. You want to try and spread them out as much as possible, so you can get as much value from it. So if you throw it all really quickly, so see you have like a quarter of a bar left to throw it out, you can spend a lot more time placing it rather than just throwing it out in a random spot. So you throw it all like up here, like no one other than the Diva was up here, so there's no point. So you probably should have thrown it down main or on point, because their main objective is getting on point. So putting molten core on point just means your team can stabilize or just kill everyone on point. So just take a bit more time and think about your placement and go for a bit more try. This is good. Secondary fire, pretty solid. Nice. You can get closer to the Diva to kill her. You've got armor. Nice. So in between fights, I know they've still got like 4 people or 3 people here. In between fights, you should be using this time to reset, think about what ults they've used, what ults you have for the coming fights, and like what you can do with them. And just getting on high ground, to be totally honest. So like, yeah, you can kill this Orion, but the rest of the team don't push up, so it's quite difficult. And you're using Overload to engage when they're not shooting at, like, not doing any damage to you. So I like Overload as a disengage and trying to force them away from you. Oh, I really hope you don't die here, but we'll see in a second. That's kind of unfortunate. So Orion pinning at you, just move out of the way. Don't look at him, don't stare him down. He's not going to chicken out. He's just going to keep going and just plow you into a wall. Nice, so 2 options when you come back to spawn. You can go high ground or you can go low ground. Your team's won the fight. You can see that from the kill feed. You should be watching while you're like respawning and you're coming back. You should be watching the kill feed at all times, so you have the most information when you're going back into the fight. Your team's won the fight means you have time to go on high ground. So I want you to see you walk up the stairs like you did before the fight start, before the game started, and go set up in the same position. Maybe put your turret in a different spot, or play in a different spot, put your turret there, but play high ground. Bad turret placement, like it's behind something from the right, but they're all coming from main, and they've defaulted main the entire time, so your turret's just going to be in LOS of their team. Okay, so kill feed says your junk is dying. which means they're going to push pretty hard, and they've used nano on Echo. So another thing, nano DPS again. You're not nanoed. You're not full health. You've used an ability. Your turret's dead. You don't have ult. Like, both your tanks are low. Just disengage. Don't let her get ult. Don't, like... She also has 2 pockets, so you're not going to win this fight ever. So 77 health, just I would be out of there. Just, see the Torb? I'm gone. Okay, so a pretty convincing fight win from them. They just popped ults, to be honest. They popped Nano, Echo ult, Bomb. I'm pretty sure they used Fire at the start of that fight as well. They might have used Valve. So 5 ults, they win the fight. It's pretty much guaranteed. So again, there's not a fight happening. You should be getting high ground, resetting, thinking where to put your turret, and not playing with your turret. So, I mean, you and your turret is basically the first ones there. So they're just going to be looking at you, and they're going to, like, cheers, Jay. And they're going to be just trying to destroy your turret as quickly as possible, really. And again, probably not the best. You got blown up. Poor guy. Nice, your team's collecting this. You and your team are clutching. Pretty good. I'm not sure about that Cole. It was a bit... like, you'd won the fight, you didn't really see yours use an ult. Okay, another Molten Core. I'm interested to see what happens. So, again, reset the fight, play high ground. Really good place for turret here. So, like, I'll show you later, you can just throw your turret in the air and, like, it can land on places. So you can place your turret here, you can place it up here if you want. I mean, another option for turret placement is place it behind them. So the cart's here. This means that they're going to walk down here and play here. When they do that, your turret can be here and start shooting at them. And they're going to have to turn and shoot your turret and, like, turn away from their team and your team. And when your team sees that, they can engage and kill them. Especially if it's pressuring the support. So if it's pressuring the supports, the supports will have to turn around and the tanks will just get blown up because they won't have any healing.
Protect my turret! I'm overloading!
Big pick from your hold. But yeah, your turret's just being shot down. It's still getting too much value being here. Like, it can shoot the Echo a bit. That means you can destroy it a lot quicker than you can kill her. And again, when they stick with the turret, just run away from the turret so it doesn't give you a good shot. That was close. I don't mind the core. But again, you throw it out really quickly and didn't really think about where you were going. You kind of just threw it at the enemy team. Or whoever you're looking for. That's rough. I mean, maybe if you were, like... I mean, he's up here. Like... If you weren't as far up, if you were on high ground, you would have noticed him and you would have managed to stop that. But at the same time, like... It's whatever, me would have just hired from somewhere else, I reckon. But maybe he wouldn't have got 3, that's all I'm saying. By playing high ground, you deny him the space to be able to just hire from above you and kill 3 of you. And you get, look at this, if you play, go through the floor. If you play here, you get this entire thing free. And no one can stop you apart from the D.Va. And, I mean, Torb can kill the D.Va most of the time. Let me get back on you. Alright.
Burning the bellows!
Okay. So, that point could have been contestable, maybe, if you touched, but the junk died, so probably not. But if you see someone die and you don't think it's contestable, then just, like, get ready for the next fight again, reset, just, like... What I'm saying is that don't default in a position. You want to be trying to take, right, if they engage into here, where am I going to get the most value from? Am I going to get the most value from sitting in the middle of my team, or am I going to get the most value from sitting in an off angle and peppering them their supports, or I don't know, their DPS, and forcing them into positions they don't want to be in? So you can be, I mean, if you're just shooting like this, play further back.
Turning up the heat.
So overload can be used two ways: one to save yourself, two to kill someone. So when a Ryan charges like that, just overload. Just try and kill him as quick as possible, and you might survive if you overload. If he pins you. I like the idea of going high ground, and Echo just forces you off. That's just unlucky. But again, you know that Echo's going to be top, so you want to be resetting to so safe. You're 113 health. That's just unfortunate. He missed some shots there, so kind of unlucky. But again, so one thing about Overwatch is characters move forwards quicker than they move backwards. So if you want to get somewhere away from someone quickly, you want to turn around and walk like away from them with your back to them. Because say a Reinhardt's chasing, so say you're a Reinhardt 1v1, right? The Ryan who's walking towards the other Reinhardt and the other one's walking back will catch the one walking backwards quicker than like the other one will be able to walk away from. So like, you're never going to be able to run away from someone if you're facing them. So if you want a quick getaway, turn around, sprint in the other direction. It's quite like real life, like you're not going to run away from someone like quickly walking back. You're always going to turn around and sprint away as soon as that's nice, I like going with the Anna. Good. Target priority is good. And then Zen, nice. Yeah, I don't mind going through here, that's pretty good. Go for the little off angle, pretty good. But then, so off angles are good as long as they're not looking at you. As soon as they start looking at you, you need to take another angle. So like, let me go back. So speed up, watch this. So we get here. This is good. They're not looking at you. Not looking at you. Not looking at you.
Back to work.
Okay, now they start looking at you and they start spamming you. When this happens, you want to get out, or you wait until, like, say 5 seconds attention span and probably shoot at someone else, and then you peek again and just repeat. You don't like continually peek the same door, leaving like 1 second between, because they're just gonna, especially with the junk and echo, they can just spam the doorway and you might just end up dying. I mean, you get pretty low here. I like the spam. I like the turret placement, pretty good. You gotta imagine your turret as a person, and where would that person play if they didn't want to get shot by the most amount of people? If that makes sense. So you don't want to place your turret in the middle of nowhere because they can just get shot at loads of angles. You want to place it near a wall or around a corner or behind them, so they have to turn around and get out of position to try and kill your turret. So that's a pretty good place, to be honest, because I mean they have to look in a different spot towards your team than your team to shoot at. But then again, the turret won't off angle and they won't really get around the shield, so it's kind of not that useful. But you would have to dive into your team to get it, which is pretty good.
Adaptive circuits engaged. Reinhardt.
Oh god, I don't know what happens here. Okay, so again, you fall short of the killing the Reinhardt. So 2 Ryan spinning at you this time. Just dip, run, get behind a wall. They can't pin you behind a wall. Then kill them after they pinned. Because if they're pinning into your entire team, they're out of position. Which means, 1, they're either not going to get much healing from their team, or 2, your entire team can just collapse on them and kill them before they even get any healing. And while they pin, you can shoot them as they come past you. But if you're shooting directly at it, that means you're going to get a charge and you're pretty much dead. And always overload a Ryan pinning at you. Just always. Because if you overload, you might be able to kill them. And you might survive. So their Ryan's one, so if you didn't get pinned there, you would have killed. Nice. Your team clutches this. It's pretty solid. Big shatter. Nice. Overall, pretty good. Just a little bit of positioning, use abilities, turret placement. That's all high ground. High ground, high ground, high ground. Always going to preach high ground. It's actually the most free SR, I'm saying. If you play high ground, you just get free SR. You don't have to aim better, you just play high ground. Harder for them to shoot you, easy for you to shoot them. Win-win, really. Also, a lot of high grounds, Blizzard design the maps to give them like off angles and chokes and high grounds that look over like other high grounds and stuff like that. But so a lot of high grounds will look off angle chokes, which means that if you play the high ground, you get a lot of value.
You're a disgrace to Overwatch. If I had known what Reyes had been planning.
So take this start, for example. So when we get like the high ground on the right top, off angle's the first choke, like so you can get behind them. What I mean by an off angle is like coming from the side, so they have to turn and look away from the main part of your team.
What should I focus on?
So either your team crushes them, or you get infinite value from the side. That just can kill all their team if they don't look at you. It's just like shooting bots at that point, if they don't look at you. And if they look at you, then it's a 5v3 or whatever, depending on how many people look at you. So first point, Soldier. How can I get the high ground? That's what it should be going through your head. How can I get onto the high ground without dying, without knowing, maybe without them knowing you're there, or if they do know you're there, how many people can I get their attention? How many like players on the enemy team's attention can I get and hold for it as long as possible, so my team can get space? So I know a lot of people talk about like tanks creating space, but actually DPS can, on their own, can create so much space just by playing like say you go underneath here and you flank. So let's go. I know the Ashe is up here. When I walk through here, I know the D.Va's up here. All I don't know is there's no one on this, like on the high ground through here. Like, do I know they've got Bastion? If they play Bastion, I might die doing this, but very unlikely. So I run through here. Once I'm here, I have a decision. I can either wait for my team to engage and shoot them in the back. Once I shoot them in the back, they either relieve the pressure off my team, they shoot at me, or they keep shooting your team, ignore you, and you just kill them. Or you can come under here and just go on the high ground and kill the Ashe. You can go down here, you can play under the high ground. So a pretty good option is like this corner, so their side of point. Because they have a mega, there's quite a lot of places. So you could play here, under here. This way the Ashe can't really shoot at you from here. She has to like really turn away. And you can shoot the junk, the Ryan, the Anna when she backs up. I mean, there's even a Mercy coming from spawn, so you could have killed her straight away. There's also a mini and a mega you can pick up. So I think you just default up here. Pretty good shots. I mean, a bit of work at aim, you probably could have killed her, but she's head glitching under, it's really difficult to get her. What I mean a head glitch is like, she can peek you, but you can't peek her very easily. Yeah, so that you can't see her, she can see you. Nice. So yeah, again, the Ashe is up here. Instantly when we walk through this choke, yes, there is an Anna here. She will probably die to your team, so you can probably leave her. However, this Ashe is uncontested. So you want to be contesting their DPS if they're on high ground like here. So you walk around, you play here, and you shoot them. And then you can back off to here, use a healing station, you'll be fine. So the Ashe is shooting at you, but she's not being contested by you. So just a couple of things about target priority. You can either shoot tanks, supports, or DPS. You want to shoot tanks if you're close to ult, and you can win the fight with an ult. So say you're 90%, shoot the D.Va, you get ult, you can ult, and then you win the fight off your visor, because you've got an aimbot. If they're down, and you're up, you want to kill DPS. Because DPS are the people who are going to turn the fight, or high damage characters. Say they've got a hog, you kill a hog, because that hog can turn that fight. Hook, kill, one shot, like he's just killed two. Alright, and Ashe will get so much value here as well. If she gets a mercy pocket, she can headshot half your team. So you want to be pressuring that DPS, the DPS, so they can't get value, and your team can clean the rest of the kills. And you want to kill supports if your tanks are struggling. So if your tanks are getting less heals than their tanks, then you kill the supports. Or, as a mercy, just pocketing their team. You kill the mercy straight away. First priority should be the mercy. So I like this, just a bit better tracking. Again, so like, it's a bit higher in their priority, like lower in the priorities of what to do, but you keep reloading at 13 bullets. You have 30 bullets in the gun, use all of them. I don't, this must just be a habit, I guess, from when you... So nice, this is better. So Helix rockets, you want to kind of shoot at the floor because they get splashed back. So you're more likely to hit your target if you shoot at the floor. I don't mind the visor. Just clean up. Yeah, again, you kind of want to use it just as your feet. So defense matrix has a cooldown time period. You can just kind of wait for it and then use a visor. Or you want to take an off angle from the D.Va so she has to fly onto you, or she has to like get out of position to get to you, or she just ignores you if you kill half the team. So this I don't like, unfortunately. So like, you are very out of position here. So your team is all here, they're sitting on cart, your Ryan is sinking into the floor. Or crouching for some strange reason. So you just want to wait until your team pushes up. Once your team pushes up, then you have free and you can just like shoot here. Or another option, if you're down here, they're probably going to peek this. So they're probably going to come around here. Your Ashe doesn't have ult, therefore she's going to peek because she needs the ult. So she's going to be here, and then you can shoot her and you can just hide behind cover. Whereas a good Ashe would have just like two-shot you here, especially if this Mercy was pocketing her. So you just kind of be careful of where you are, and like, how am I going to get out of this situation is what you're going to say. Like, if I get into this situation, how do I disengage if it goes wrong? In this situation, you have absolutely no way of disengaging, really. You either run around here, which, I mean, exposes you to more of the enemy team, or you run back, which I don't think your Ryan's going to push up and shield you, to be totally honest, because, I mean, he's a Ryan. Some Ryans are selfish. Yeah, again, Soldier playing high ground is just OP, so it's probably instead of shooting the team, you could have got high ground here. And then you're kind of base tanking the Soldier, which is not ideal. But still, your team is winning. I think their job is growing, to be fair, so it's kind of unlucky. So, D.Va's in your face, what do? She can only DM if she's looking at you. So if you run through her, you can shoot. I mean, she can turn around and DM, but, I mean, only shoot a D.Va with visor if she's low. If she's low, then you can kill her. So if she has armor, you can't kill her. That's basically how I do it. So if you're shooting a D.Va, she has armor, you can't kill her. Unless you have a multi-bottle. By all means, just shoot a D.Va. I actually have no idea how that actually kills you, but it works. So yeah, just run into his shield, run nice. So Helix rocking you that close when you're that low, and one swing range, like hammer swing does 75 damage. So if you Helix rocket him, you get splash damage, he swings, you die. So just be careful about Helix rocket, unless it's like a guaranteed kill if you Helix rocket.
Back in my day, we'd have this payload
Nice, I think it's
already.
just clean up. Nice. I think main things you work on, positioning, just use high grounds, abuse high grounds, try and off-angle. Off-angling is like the biggest thing. If you off-angle, you control so much more of the map and you create space for your team. You alleviate some pressure off your tanks. It's just like the golden thing, basically. But try not to go too far and like putting yourself into a position where you get punished really easily. So don't flank, just off-angle. Play where health packs are, places you can hide behind walls and disengage and run back to your team. Okay, so one thing, practice range, I wanted to go in through, is just like, so Tor can launch his turret on high ground, and he doesn't have to be like, and so like I could throw it up there, and I could play down here. I don't have to throw my turret like next to me like here. And another thing is finding a correct sense is really useful for you. So like if I was shooting at these training bots, I want to like be able to strafe and track their heads like this, right? I mean, it's not perfect because I'm not amazing, but like once you kind of get into a rhythm and you kind of do this. If I was oh hello, if I was had too slow of an aim, what I'd do is like I'd do this and my aim thanks my aim would start to move like left and I wouldn't be able to track them. So if you have too slow aim, try and up your sense and basically just spend like, I don't know, half an hour in here just like strafing, try and aim at the targets and just like try and find the right sense for you, because I think your sense might be a little bit too slow because you're trying to adjust and you end up over adjusting because you end up moving your stick too far because it doesn't respond as quick. So like Torb is probably not so much aim, so you want to try this on like, I'd say you try it on Soldier. So if I was going on Soldier, I'd like try it like back here, you can strafe and track. Like it should just be able to track their body or their head. Like it shouldn't be too much of a struggle. And you'll be able to tell when something feels right and something doesn't feel right. Okay. That's all I want to say. If you want some codes, I'll send you some codes. That's, yeah, totally fine. Cool. Well, thank you for watching. And yeah, if you have any more questions,